Hey.
Yes, who's this?
It's Massive.
Hello, Massive. How are you?
Oh, good, mate.
Wonderful to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you, too.
And you're heading down to Moorabbin today?
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
And then, after the game,
Yeah?
Dad and me and a few mates thought we might go to that Crow station. What was the address again?
It's the Sheraton Hotel.
Sheraton Hotel.
Down the bottom end of Spring Street.
Oh, right.
Hey.
Free drinks.
Well, so I don't know whether it's free, but drinks will be available there.
All right. Anyway, that's not why I rang up.
All right, yeah.
Two things.
Yes, Massive.
First,
Right.
playing football on Sunday.
Right.
It's not right, mate.
No, it's not right.
Not right.
Yeah, well, I agree with you.
I tell you, it's doing something shocking to the Danongs, mate.
To the Dandenongs?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's shocking for them. Recession and all.
Yeah?
Football on a Sunday.
But why the Dandenongs?
Well, the Danongs, mate. Because, you know, with the Gilda playing on the Sunday and all,
Right.
Dean couldn't go up for the Devonshire tea.
Oh, really?
Oh, it sounded right back, apparently. He goes up there, does the rounds on a Sunday. Yeah, gets in his Chrysler by Chrysler. It's got the dent in the steering wheel.
Yes, we know. It just does the rounds up
Yeah,
there.
it does the rounds.
Yeah, how long
Does
does
the Devonshire tea crawl.
how long does it take him?
Oh, well, he starts early, you know.
Yeah.
Because they tend to run out just after he leaves.
Right, okay.
So he kicks off about 7 a.m. And, you know, he works his way through there.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you, I'm worried about that, who's the one who bags St Kilda?
Oh, that's Simon.
Yeah, in Perth.
Yeah.
He's over in Perth.
Oh, he's brainwashed, mate.
He's brainwashed?
He's been brainwashed.
Why?
They've got him over there.
Well-
Oh, talking about the Eagles, a good side, and the Pira. I mean, he's a Moorabbin candidate, that bloke.
Well, look,
They've got him.
we'll pass your remarks on. We'll be
Hey, one
seeing him
thing,
later
though,
tonight.
one
Yeah.
thing,
What's the second thing?
I'll tell you something.
What's that,
I'll
Massive?
tell you something.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to better the Saints' effort over in Perth, mate? The only side they weren't beaten by 10 goals. So far.
I don't
That's
know.
a good point.
Were the Swans beaten by more than 10 goals over there?
Yeah, I think he's got you there, Massive.
I thought there was only about 5.5 goals.
No.
Yeah, I think so, Massive. All right, was that your second point?
How many points have I made?
Well, yeah, a lot.
Yeah, well, I haven't got any more.
Okay, well, look, thanks for your call. We'll leave it there and we'll pass your concerns on to Simon because we'll be
Righto.
seeing him this evening. I'll go to the next caller now. Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello there.
Oh, you good, Tony?
Who's this?
Oh, it's Murray on the Murray here, Tony.
Hello, Murray.
Oh, how are you this morning, Tony?
I'm very well. Where are you calling from?
I'm up in Swan Hill this morning. I've got a bit of a cold. The weather up here is not good. The dredging business is booming, but I'm not the best this week, Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. What can I help you with?
Well, Reggie and my famous self were up talking last night. Look, I haven't rung up for an argument, but we just want to settle this one. In the 1957 grand final, Tone,
Right.
Essendon v Melbourne.
Right.
Right, remember it?
Keep refreshing my memory.
Well, there were 100,324 people.
Right.
The umpire was Nash.
Yes.
And you could quite safely say that not one of those 100,000 people were there to see him umpire.
That's... Yes.
But the question is, Tone, Johnson and Wilson played in the ruck and were roving.
Right.
Or, ruck roving.
Right.
Tone, is it any relation to the current Wilson and Johnson for Melbourne?
Now, I'm just trying to think. No, well, that would be...
You know what I'm getting at, don't you,
Well, no relation whatsoever.
No relation whatsoever.
And Alan Johnson's retired anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the argument was up here yesterday anyway. And one other thing, Tone.
Yes, mate.
In the VFA...
Yeah.
What's the situation with the number of players participating in a game? Reggie reckons they're extending it to 18. I reckon they're keeping it at 16.
Well, there's been talk that it may be extended to 18 to keep in line with the other domestic competitions, but it depends sort of what focus the VFA actually wants to put on, mate. It's a very intelligent question.
Well, thanks, Tone. And Reggie's come up with an idea for the VFA.
What's that?
Well, you know how they don't get really huge crowds to some of their games?
Yes, that's correct.
Right, have you been to an AFL game where they have about 4 Little League or 5 or 6 or could even be 8 Little League games going on at half-time at the same time?
Yeah, I've witnessed that, Murray.
Jeff has.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Reggie and I, we were watching it, and you can watch every game at once. It can be done. Right? Now, you know what I'm getting at, don't you, Tone?
No, not quite.
Well, you get the biggest ground that the VFA's got.
Right,
You get every VFA side playing that day,
right.
all to play at once to get the crowd bigger.
Yeah,
Or even if, because the blokes are bigger, of course, than the Little League players, even if you had 2 or 3 games going on at once. Because they haven't got the wings.
No, I know they haven't got the wings.
Well, so it's not as crowded.
No, it's not as... Well, it would
So
be...
you get more people coming through the gate to watch about 3 games at once.
all right, okay.
Look,
but
I haven't rung up for an argument.
No, look, it's a... Perhaps those down at the VFA might want to investigate.
I know they listen to the show. They've heard your suggestion.
Not
Ray,
a bad...
I'm sure they'll give it whatever deliberation it deserves, but we must move on. We've got a lot of callers banked up here. Next caller.
Hello.
You're talking to Tony.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Don.
Yes, who's this?
Yeah, Don here, mate.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
Wonderful to talk to you.
Yeah, mate. Hey, good weather?
Well, for ducks.
Mate, this is fantastic weather.
Well, it's...
I feel right at home.
Well, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Melbourne.
Well,
but it's just like being back in Devonport.
Oh, I see, yes. What have you come over for?
Come over to see the footy, mate.
Which game?
I'm going to go and see Fitzroy and Melbourne.
Oh, right, okay.
Down the MCG.
Right.
Hey, mate.
Yeah?
Bit of a problem down there.
Well, there's no parking.
The southern stand's gone.
Yeah.
Last time I was over as grand final last year, me and Nobby come over.
Yeah.
Remember we gave you a call?
That's right, yeah.
Came looking for you, couldn't find you and that.
Right.
I've gone down there this morning.
Yeah.
Southern stand's gone.
Yeah, what they've done is they've pulled it down and they're rebuilding it.
Hey?
They've pulled it down and they're going to rebuild it. Make it bigger.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so me and Nobby got in last night.
Right.
And I went and bought the paper. I got that football form guide.
Right.
And, mate, they got all these celebrities.
Yeah.
And the Herald Sun experts.
Yeah.
Doing their tipping.
Yeah.
They've all gone for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Except Jeff Kennett.
Yes, that's right.
He's gone for Fitzroy.
Yeah.
Is he trying to boost his popularity rating, is he?
Well, he might need it after the events of the week, but I'll just get my footy form guide out from here. And
every time he goes for Fitzroy, they get done.
Well,
why did he leave my alone?
I just don't know. It's the fact whether Jeff Kennett tips and that they lose, but you might be able to draw that inference from Jeff tipping them.
Because me and Nobby, we've adopted Fitzroy as our club now.
Oh, right, because they play down in Tassie.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd come over and have a look at them.
Right.
So, what happens? Jeff Kennett goes for them.
Do you feel as if you've wasted your trip?
Well, yeah, now I've read that.
Yeah, that's just the end of it.
Oh, mate. And did you see what else he did?
What's that?
He went for Hawthorn. You know why he went for Hawthorn?
Why?
He barracks for him. Why don't, when they put that celebrity thing in the paper,
right,
and the Herald Sun experts, why don't they have in brackets, after the names of the people, who they all barrack for?
Well, that's probably not such a bad suggestion, Don.
Then you'd know, you'd know what they're doing then, you know?
Well, I think Bob Hawke, I'm not sure who he barracks for.
Well, he used to barrack for the Sydney Swans.
Yeah. Not a bad suggestion.
Hey?
Not a bad suggestion.
All right, Don.
Who's Joan Turner barrack for?
Essendon.
Yeah, she's gone for them, see?
Yeah. Daryl Summers barracks for Geelong.
Gone for them.
David Johnson barracks for Essendon.
Gone for them.
Mary Delahunty barracks for Collingwood.
Gone for them.
Don't know who Richard Wynne is.
Hey?
Yeah.
Who'd he play for?
No, he's the Lord Mayor of Melbourne.
Is he?
Yeah. All right.
I wonder if he barracks for Melbourne.
I don't know. He might. Well, look, Councillor Wing.
Thanks, Don, but really, I don't think that tipping is going to upset your day at the MCG, and I'm sure you'll find somewhere to stick outside of the southern stand. We'll make this the last call, Tony, because we're running out of time. All the other callers, look, sorry we couldn't get on. Better luck next week. This is the last call now. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, Tony.
Yeah?
Tony.
Who's this?
Digger.
Hello, Digger. Can you speak up just a fraction, please?
I can't.
Why not?
I'm on special medication.
Oh, I see.
I'm not supposed to be ringing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Digger.
There was a bit of an incident last night.
Well, what happened last night?
I can't really say.
What did it involve then?
It involved a bit of an incident in the TV room.
Right.
Just after the game.
Just after the Eagles.
Yes.
What?
But what I want to say is...
Yeah.
I didn't bite him, and if I did, it was completely involuntary.
Who's he?
I can't say.
All right.
But I just want to say this. I think you're a bit hard on Mel Brown.
Is it,
I think you're a bit hard on him.
Well, I don't know that we actually went hard on him, but why do you say we've been a bit hard on him?
Well, I mean, he said that there's a conspiracy and that it's a dirty tricks campaign and all of that.
Yeah.
And he's just a little bit misguided.
Right.
I mean, the man's made a small mistake.
Right.
But, I mean, he's only made a small mistake. Because, of course, we know there is a conspiracy. He's just got the wrong victim. And you know who it really is. I'm sorry. I'm not. You know who it really is. Look, I'm just on the phone. I've got to go, Tony.
Who is the victim?
You know, it's Collingwood, Tony.
Yes, all right.
Don't write us off just yet.
All right, we won't do that, Digger. And
okay, look, I think he has to go. Gee, I hope there's nothing serious happening down there.
In the TV room. In the TV room.
Dear me. Well, we're just about to go to Moorabbin. We've got to get our tips from the week.
No.
Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello.
Good day, Tony.
Who's this?
John Williamson, Tony.
Hello, John. How are you?
Look, I'm fine. It's a pleasure to speak to you in this lovely crisp night in winter time in Australia.
That it is. John, we're just discussing Deb Balls. Did you make your debut anywhere up at Quamby when you were a bit younger?
Well, Tony, it was a memorable night, actually. I was in a Deb, yeah, that's right. One of the halls there, and it was a beautiful night. Southern Cross was shining above the hall. Lovely little lass called Gloria that I was taking out.
Yeah.
And I said, after the main dance, I said, you want to go outside? She said, no, it's okay. So I drove her home, and I remember in the EJ, and she reached down and touched my knee, and I reached down and tried to change stations on the radio and fumbled with the dial. Looked at the clock, and it was a bit past midnight, and the Southern Cross had just began to sink behind a gum tree. So I picked her on the cheek and said goodnight, and that was the last time I saw Gloria.
That's certainly a memorable night, John. And, well, you've made your debut, and I'm glad to hear that.
Still, so much for debuts. You've obviously rung with a question for Tony, John.
Well, I didn't actually ring up to talk about that. I'm in a bit of a rage, as you can tell by the tone of my voice, Tony.
Yes, you do sound like you're a man on a mission this evening.
Look, I don't like to knock fellow professional performers, but I was doing a bit of a tour recently. Went back to the Flag Motel where we were staying and parked the four-wheel drive out the front with Mally number plates.
Right.
Went inside, ticked off the boxes for breakfast the next morning.
Yep. We're allowed to inquire as to what a superstar has for breakfast.
Sunny side up with hash browns, Tone.
Hash browns?
Are they native to Australia, John?
Well, this is the point I'm getting at, Tone.
Right. Well, they're not.
So what happened anyway? I turned on the telly just to relax, and an ad came on for a Scottish takeaway food store. I think you're familiar with that one.
Yes, that's correct.
And there was one of my fellow performers, Tone, in all his glory.
Who's that?
Well, he's got the initials JB.
JB?
You must have seen it, Tone.
Yes.
Do you know the end of the ad? He says, the food is so good from this store, it's even better than home.
Right.
Then he says, sorry, Ma.
Oh, yes, I have seen that particular ad.
In all the years that I've lived at Quamby Town and travelled this beautiful great country of ours, I've never called my mother Ma.
No, I must admit that it's...
Have you ever called your mother Ma, Tone?
No, I have not. It's always been Mum.
Well, it always was and always will be as far as I'm concerned, as you look out and see a soft-crested cockatoo fly across the backyard past the windmill in a drought-riddled country.
Right.
Sure, you'll always answer her. You'll always say, come on, Mum.
Is there something you can do about that ad, John?
Well, I don't know, Tone. I'm just hoping, that Australia will be behind me on this one. I want to change the flag and all, but if they can just get behind me on this one as well. And the other thing that rubbed salt into the wound, Tone...
What was that?
He had a Stetson on, not in a Cobra.
Yes. All right, John, well, perhaps the people that have made that particular, the Scottish takeaway ad, I think that they
need to have a good hard look at
themselves. They certainly do,
good
Jeff.
point and well made by John. Great.
And what a lovely, touching story about his dad.
It's got a very poignant end to it, but we must move on. We've got a lot of calls to get through. We'll go to the next one.
Sadness, almost.
It's Talkback here on the Coodabeen Champions. We're taking your calls, and we'll go to the next caller right now. There is a couple of lines free at the moment. But anyway, go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello?
Yes, hello, Tony?
Yes.
Tony.
Who's this?
It's Stan here, Tony.
Hello, Stan. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks, Tony.
We're talking about debuts tonight. Did you ever make your debut up on Stradbroke Island?
Several times, Tony.
Several times?
I'm not on Stradbroke Island, though, Tony.
Oh, I see.
Because you might recall I retired here, Tony.
Oh, that's correct, yes.
Prior to that, I was in Canberra, Tony.
Did you? And what was it like down there?
Cold, Tony.
Yes, it is always busy.
Though I do sometimes travel down to Canberra to do some consulting work, Tony, in the Bureau. I help them out with facts and figures.
Yes, Stan. And did you have a memorable debut, as you recall?
Very, very good, yes, Tony.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, I have a couple of sporting questions for you.
Yes, Stan.
Incidentally, Tony, I think I rang you last Sunday night and you were at Mount Hotham.
That is correct.
Did you go skiing on the Monday, Tony?
No, it was not possible to go on the rock fields of Victoria.
So you didn't try out the Wall of Death, Tony?
No, I did not try the Wall of Death at all. It certainly would have been the Wall of Death had I tried it out, though.
Tony, I believe it snowed there yesterday.
I believe that the snowfields right across Australia are now having their best snowfalls.
Which just goes to show what people have said about you for a long time is correct, Tony.
What have they been saying about me, Stan?
You're before your time, Tony.
Yes.
In this case, a week before your time.
That's right.
Now, Tony.
Yes, Stan.
All is there. Okay. You're talking to Tony on Coodabeen's Talkback. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Hello, Tony.
Yes, who's this?
It's Pick.
Hello, Pick. How are you this evening?
Very good.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Well, I'm in two minds, you know. On the one hand, I'm very happy
Right.
that South Africa will be back in international competition.
Right.
On the other hand, well, as you know, I've been associated with some security matters in South Africa.
Right.
And I do have a lot of stuff on my hands now.
What?
These men and we have men of skin and men of fur.
Right.
We have some of my best men are dogs.
Right. Actually, what sort of staff surplus problems do you have in South Africa at the moment?
Well, we've got now that the sports have been integrated, we've got a big problem in security staff.
Right.
A lot of these people have been specially trained to deal with shocking racial violence.
Right.
And conflict between groups from different areas. So I was thinking the AFL would probably be able to use us in Eagles games in Melbourne.
Well, as a matter of fact...
Do you think they'd be interested?
Well,
We are available.
Well, how many men and how many dogs do you have left over?
Well, it depends how much is needed.
Well, let's just...
I would say that crowd at Princess Park that day.
Yes.
Oh, the Carl Langdon incident.
We prefer to call that the Princess Park crowd incident.
Right.
That crowd, I'd say they were about 2,000?
Yes, about 2,000 on the ground.
10 of my men.
Yeah.
And 5 dogs.
What about when it was, say, an Eagles Fitzroy game?
Oh, I think one of the dogs could probably...
Well, Ross Oakley, as a matter of fact, the Chief Commissioner of the AFL is in Perth at the moment. We may be meeting up with him, Pick, and I'll just see whether he can utilise what it would be a rather novel way of curbing crowd violence.
People have been discussing the crowd problem at the football with inflamed passions. It's as good a suggestion as any. But look, thanks for your call, Pick.
Yes, thank you, Pick.
We'll go to the next caller now. I'm sorry, I can't make the changes as smoothly as I normally do.
Oh, I see.
We're ready now. The next caller is there and ready to go. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you got time?
Yes, who's this?
I got it's Willow.
Hello, Willow. How are you? May I call you John?
Oh, well, I don't know you that well, but,
No, I don't suppose, John. John, where are you at the moment?
Well, I'm just doing a bit of a gig up on just north of Brighton, near Falls Creek for the ski season. A bit of snowstorm here now, and they've got the snowplows out, and they're doing a bit of toing and throwing, and a bit of snow ploughing, and a bit of slalom, and a bit of downhill.
Yes. It's a beautiful part of the world up there.
Well, what can I say, Tone, That's why I'm ringing.
That's why you're ringing, yes. And in particular, what part of that beautiful part of Australia interests you so much to call me?
Well, Tone, I bet you London to a rig you're broadcasting from the Central Business District of Perth, is that right?
That is correct, John. We certainly are. Yep.
Well, that really sums it up, doesn't it?
Well, I'm just not 100% certain what you're getting at.
Well, I know the type of performer you are now, Tone.
Right.
I sort of get in the Land Rover and go to little places on the Murray. I see some ghost guns, and I see the old black cockatoo and the old dead kangaroo beside the side of the road, and play a bit of guitar and sing about Australia.
Yeah. Did dead kangaroos inspire you to song?
Most of the time.
Right. Yes, okay. But there's only one problem. Well, there's one thing that we really have no choice where we broadcast from. The ABC studios are smack dab in the central business district of Perth at the moment. Although I have been out and about today as well.
Where'd you go, Tone?
I went down to Fremantle, and we went for a drive along the beach. Then we went for a drive through one of the parks, Kings Park here.
And Tone, how many waddles did you see between Cottesloe and Kings Park and Central Business District?
Well, none, I don't think.
Exactly.
Although we did see some flame trees.
Well, there you go, Tone.
What do you mean, there you go?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. What you got to do is get down to the scrub a bit more.
Right.
Perhaps take a jeep.
Yeah.
Take a mate. Take a dog.
Right.
Hop in a ute.
Yep.
And sail the Nullarbor, son. Sail the Nullarbor.
In a jeep.
Well, whatever you can get, I don't know.
All right, John. Look, thanks very much for calling this evening. You've got all of Australia here once again. Is there anything you'd like to pass on to your fellow Australians?
Yes, I would. Thanks, Tone, and thanks for the opportunity. I'd just like to say that spring is coming up, and that's waddle season. And if you can lay your eyes on a Coodabeen, I'll just pick a bit and put it in a jar of water and look at it on the mantelpiece and think to yourself, this is Australia.
All right, thanks very much, John. It's wonderful, and it's great to hear that a person is so deeply in love with everything that is Australia.
Now, I think John had liked Kings Park. I think he was a bit hard on it, really. You weren't all that urban today, Tony. A trip through Kings Park can be quite frightening, really. Once you've been going for a little while, you're wondering when it's going to end. Yeah. But, yes, we'll go to another call now, if you're ready.
Yep.
Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Who's this?
Yeah, it's Frank.
Frank?
Yes.
Yes, Frank.
Yes.
Where are you calling from, Frank?
I'm calling from Fremantle.
Yes, Frank. What are you doing down there?
Oh, I've just been listening to your show. I've never heard it before.
Yes, you sound like you're an elderly gentleman.
Yeah, I am.
How old are you?
I'm 65.
Oh, that's nice, Frank.
And I've been listening to your show.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing the show from Perth?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard you in Perth before.
No, the show's been coming here for over a year or so now.
Oh.
Well, what do you normally listen to on Sunday night?
Oh, the country music show.
Well, that was a wonderful program that was on some time ago, Frank, and I'm quite sure that, these decisions are made. Networking decisions.
No, I listen to it on my own tapes.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Right. Oh, okay. Is that it for that call, Bad Jeff?
No.
Oh, so...
The one who's talking there.
Yes, it's me, Tony.
Are you a fat boy?
Oh, I'm on the plumpish side, yes, Frank, I am.
With glasses?
Yes, that's right.
Were you in Fremantle this afternoon?
Yes, I was, Frank.
Well, I just had to talk to my assistant.
Your assistant?
Yes.
Yeah, who's your assistant?
He's the fellow that runs my Laughing Clowns for me. And he said a fat bloke with glasses caused a lot of trouble with the Laughing Clowns this afternoon. He said, I went round to pack up before. Well, we pack up, and it gets dark. And my assistant said, you'd cause trouble. You were playing a system.
I wasn't playing a system on the Laughing Clowns, you old...
That is not allowed.
Goat. It's not allowed.
Right. You got to give the kiddies a chance, and you come down and play the system.
I didn't win anything.
No, well, there's more trouble.
What do you mean there's more trouble?
Well, my assistant says you're supposed to use the ping pong balls.
Right.
Well, he's had a dreadful job having to clean out the Laughing Clowns. They were stuffed with a hamburger with a light.
Oh, no, that's...
Chips.
No, that's not true.
Couldn't you eat it all?
No, I wasn't crooking the Laughing Clown. I think a kiddie had put some food down there. And can I just tell you something?
My assistant said it looked like...
Can I tell you something too, old-timer? Your prizes down there weren't that crash hot anyway.
Yeah, well, I didn't pay for them.
No, where did you get them from?
They fell off the back of a magnate's ocean-going liner.
All right, okay. Is that it, Frank? You've rung up to abuse me?
Yeah.
Well, go back listening to the country music program then.
All right, well, look, we'll leave that call there, I think, Tony. We'll go to the next one. You're listening to Tony's Talkback on the Coodabeen Champions, live on ABC Radio. Go ahead, please. Next caller. You're talking to Tony.
Hello?
Tom.
Yeah, who's this?
It's Jim.
Hello, Jim. How are you this evening?
Oh, pretty good,
Good.
Been working out and all that, but I wanted to ring you because of something I saw down at the pool.
Down at the pool?
Yeah.
What did you see down at the pool?
I'm not on the desk no more.
You're not working at the desk at the gymnasium?
I was on the desk, yeah.
What happened?
Well, they couldn't use me on the desk no more. They said, I was doing okay on answered the phone.
Yeah.
And I was even, working out, doing pretty good on photocopy.
Right.
But, I just kept flunking fill out the form.
Really?
Yeah, my writing's not, real, after Jim's a good boy, I sort of dry up a bit, on the writing.
Is that all you can write?
Oh, no, that's not all I can write. I can write Jim's a boy. But, it's not my fault. Like, they didn't say you needed no qualifications, nothing to do it.
Right, okay.
So, I didn't know they wanted a brain surgeon or something.
So you...
I'm at the pool now, and that's much better, because they can, like it's winter and that, and they can train us up, and make sure we got the cream on the nose right, and got the whistle working right, And they're teaching us, like in the training, how to deal with, all the things that you got to do when you're working on the pool, like how to deal with people, not obeying the rules and that.
Right, and how are they teaching you to do that?
Oh, well, not really supposed to tell, really, because, the hoods will, find out what we're doing, but...
Who'll find out?
The hoods.
The hoods?
The hoods, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I tell you, because, no one listens to your program.
Right, yeah.
But, like for bombs...
For bombs?
Yeah, when you see kids doing bombs...
Yeah.
And what you do is you get your whistle and you blow it, and you say, this is what you say. You say, hey, you, out of the pool.
Right.
That's what you do there.
Right, okay.
So I got that one, pretty right, and doing pretty good on that one.
Right, what about kids running around the pool?
Yeah, running around the pool. We done that one.
Yeah, what happens there?
You blow the whistle again.
Yeah.
Like for bombs, and you say, hey, you, knock it off. That's what you do with that one. We haven't done heavy petting yet.
All right, okay.
But I don't know what might be knock it off again, maybe.
Yeah, okay, rightio, Jim. Look, I'm glad to see that.
That's not what I was going to ask you about, because like at the pool, it's an old pool, and when we're taking all the vacuum stuff and that down underneath, there's all these old signs and that, from the olden days.
Right.
Like, I don't know how long, maybe 1,000 years or something.
No, I don't know whether they'd be that old, Jim, at a swimming pool.
A long time ago, I don't know, when the Romans were running the pool or something.
Right.
And they got there, I was always inspired when I was working in the gym with they used to have the sign on the wall like some people have,
Your little mottos,
a little sign like love is a beautiful thing or something,
Right.
In the gym we have one too. It was no shirt, no shoes, no workout.
That's right, Jim. Yes.
And back in the Roman times they had it in the back.
Yes, Batty. How are you?
I'm very, very well, Tony.
And where are you calling from, Batty?
Calling from the Barossa Valley, Tony.
Yes, Barry. How's things up at the Barossa Valley this evening?
Just very, very nice, Tony.
Yes, Barry.
Yeah, Tony, I've been listening to your program tonight through 5 a.m.
Yes.
On the wireless.
Yes, Barry.
And I heard you talking earlier about the Adelaide water.
Someone was talking about it, wasn't me. It was Greg Champion who came from Adelaide. He was talking about the water.
Well, I don't know why anyone bothers to talk about drinking the Adelaide water.
Why is that?
Because no one does.
What do they drink?
Well, if you like me, Tony,
yeah,
you drink wine.
What, all the time, Batty?
Yes, Tony.
Bathe in it?
I bathe in it, Tony. I shower in it.
Water the gardens with
teeth with it, Tony.
Water the gardens with it?
I water the garden with it, Tony.
You'd probably just use Moselle to water the gardens, though, wouldn't you?
Spumante, Tony.
Oh, right. What would you bathe yourself in?
What would I... Oh, champagne.
Oh, yes. Okay, Barry, is that all you've hung up to... Yeah.
I wash the car with it.
What do you use to wash the car?
Chardonnay.
Right.
Oh, I wash the windows of the house.
What with?
Chardonnay.
Oh. You're doing gags now, Barry?
Yes, Tony. I've had a couple today.
Oh, you sound like you've had a couple today, too.
Why?
Why's that?
We've been celebrating the length and breadth of the Barossa Valley.
The Adelaide Crows victory?
No, Tony.
Oh, what then?
A new vintage of Chardonnay.
Oh, right.
Oh, the Crows had a win, Tony.
Yes, they did, Barry. Didn't you know that?
Oh, Tony. It was cheese, cubes, and string quartets till midnight last night.
Yes, all right, okay. Terrific, Barry. Yes.
Just one thing before I go.
What's that, Barry?
You're over in Perth.
Yes.
Have you been down to Margaret River?
Not as yet, Barry. What do you mean,
Well, you should go down there, Tony, and then I want you to come here and compare their wines with mine.
Actually, what is the name of your vineyard for people who are listening at Adelaide, who might be taking a trip up through Gawler and into the Barossa Valley sometime during the week?
My vineyard, Tony?
Yes, what's it called? What is it called, Batty?
It's called Barry's Bodiga Vale.
Is that a suburb of the Barossa Bodiga Vale?
That's the name of my vineyard, Tony.
Oh, right. Thank you, Barry.
I'd love to see you doing your program.
Oh, look, we'll see what we can do, Barry.
Tony?
Yes, Barry.
When you come here...
Yes, Barry.
We'll put the laughing clowns on for you.
All right. All right.
You just tip cask wine down there, Tony.
That's about what laughing clowns deserve, too, cask wine.
Well, look, thanks for the suggestion, Barry. I'm sure Tim Potter there in Adelaide will be listening. It'd be great to do the show from the Bodiga Vale wine. Tony, we'll go to the next caller.
Yes.
They're ready to go. Next caller now, you're on Coodabeen Talkback. Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello there.
And a big hello to you too, Tony.
Is this you, BJ?
It is Bartholomew Johansson, but my friends call me BJ the DJ Teddy, and I number you at the top of my list of friends.
Oh, fantastic.
Great to be talking to you tonight in Perth.
Oh, wonderful to be talking to you too. Well, have you done any ships over here in Perth? There'd be some great radio men that you'd have admired, BJ.
Oh, Tony, I saw the great support industry over there in Perth.
Name a few of them.
Well, Tony, one doesn't have to go any further than the great Yorkie.
Oh, York, of course. Great.
Yes, Tony. David York, one of the greats.
No, but it's not David York. It's Lionel York.
But David York, I know, Tony, used to do mid-dawn down at Katanning.
Mid-dawn? I see, BJ.
I'll give you another one, Tony.
Who's that?
What's he?
What's he?
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah? Great radio man?
Yeah, Paul J. Watts.
No, I think it's Johnny Watts. Is
Not
it?
the fellow that did mid-dawns up at Geraldton with me, Tony.
Actually, it's a long time since you've done mid-dawns in Geraldton. You must have some fond memories, BJ.
Fantastic, Tony. I love working over in Western Australia. Probably, apart from Queensland, Western Australia is the greatest place to work in radio if you're a time and temperature man like myself, because the weather's just fine all the time.
Yes,
It means you can send people off to work or out to play with a smile on their dial all the time.
Oh, terrific, BJ. Why have you rung?
I want to know if you could help me with a query I've got.
Yeah, I'll do my best, BJ.
How do you get to be a pilot? I decided tonight, Tony, after listening to your program during your magic moments, that I'd like to be a pilot.
Right. Well, what you've got to do to become a pilot of one of those big jets is that you have to go through years and years of apprenticeship, at least 4 years.
Well, I've done that, Tony. I've done mid-dawns right around the country.
No, it's a bit more than... It's a bit... No, you've got... Well, for instance, let's just say you are a pilot.
I'm a pilot.
Okay, you are a pilot. Take us through the flight.
Well, I like the way you were talking about that pilot you had on your plane last night.
Yeah.
You can do it, I can do it too.
No.
The hardest part is doing the paddle, Tony. Flying the plane's easy. It's just like radio these days. It's all computerized. You just put a card in and press a button and away it goes. It's the same with the plane, I'm sure.
Well, what sort of airline pattern do you have that no doubt will stand you in very good stead to become a pilot, BJ?
Well, I don't know. I tell you, I can work on a bit of stuff like, hi, passengers, welcome aboard. Flight 275 on Fat Chance Airlines.
Right.
Please observe the no screaming signs.
Right. You're doing gags.
Well, you got to try and lighten it up for the passengers who are flying for the first time, Tony.
Right, yeah.
Then, of course, you can do things like... And Tony, the Melbourne-Perth flight, Perth-Melbourne flight.
Right.
Absolute doozy for DJs like myself.
Well, 3.5 hours of it.
Yeah, and what's more, you get to turn the clock back.
Oh, right.
So you can actually do Eastern Standard Time as well as doing the West Australian Time as well. You can do back-to-back time calls.
Right. And what at Central Standard Time as well?
You do it as well, too. It's fantastic. You can just do time calls all the way from Melbourne to Perth.
Right, I see.
So you can say, 9 o'clock here on the ground at Melbourne. We're heading off for Perth very shortly. So don't forget that it's going to be a great flight. Oh, hang on a minute. 9 o'clock here in Melbourne. 8:30 in Adelaide. 7 o'clock in Perth. I'm Bartholomew Johansson, your pilot.
Right.
Now take your fingernails out of the armrests.
BJ, you just... I think you might be made to be a pilot, but I just think that having the radio patter is just not quite the whole box and dice.
Oh, what a shame.
But...
Well, can't you talk to someone and see if you give me... Well, perhaps I can start as one of the stewards and work my way to the front of the plane.
Well, you would be doing that in the course of your duty, but...
You could do the safety checks, BJ.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
The safety check. Prepare to cross-check.
I'd like to do that. I would save the staff having to do it. I'd do it for them.
Yeah, how would you do that?
Welcome aboard, Flight 275 to Perth. You'll now observe there's a couple of signs down there saying exit. That's where you jump out when we crash. Yeah, I lighten it up a bit, so it's too formal. People don't pay attention. You've heard it once, you've heard it a million times.
They certainly wouldn't have heard that. Look, BJ...
I got a brilliant idea.
What's that?
To really, lift the game. You were talking about how they had an in-flight movie on the plane you were on last night.
Yes, I certainly did.
But that's all very, it's all very one-dimensional. Just sitting there watching the monitor, watching the screen with the headphones on.
Right.
It's a fantastic idea, Tony. You get the little headsets, you plug them into your armrest.
Right.
Now, along with your headset, Tony, you get a little microphone.
Right.
And we can do passenger talkback. So up in the front, we've taken off, we put the wheels up.
Yep.
And I come on again and say, right, we're over Adelaide now, where it's just gone 9 o'clock. 9:30 in Melbourne, 7:30 in Perth. Outside, it's pretty cold because we're flying at 36,000 feet.
Yeah.
Right now, everything's underway, everything's settled down, we've got the wheels up, we've got the stewards and stewardesses going around to fulfill all your needs. And I know you want to talk to me now. I'll take your calls. Give me a call now up the front.
And
the first call, we're talking to 25C. Go ahead.
BJ, I think this is a calling that perhaps some airlines within Australia might care to look at.
See, Sydney to Melbourne, we could just do talk back for the hour. But go to Perth, you could do a request show. Then talk back.
Yeah.
And then as we get closer to Perth, we would get a line from the ground to the plane.
Right.
For Sport Talk back with George Gruyasek.
Okay. Look, I think it's an absolute winner, BJ, and no doubt there'll be a lot of executives who are trying to win this battle for the airwaves. And
I'm their man, Tony.
You are their man to revolutionise flights right across this country, BJ. Thank you.
25 minutes to 9 with the Coodabeen Champions. You're with your captain, Bartholomew Johansson, up the front of the plane. It's been great talking to you all. Tony, you can work with me.
Right. From Chris Carroll, Ocean Grove, Vic. This is Monster. What questions that are asked of certain professions now? Of course,
the top 10 dumb questions in your particular call.
Yeah. Well, I was going to. Now, Chris Carroll, he works in the financial institution. And some common answers to questions, how can I help you? Not in any order. I'd like to make a withdrawal. Good, thanks. And yourself? I'd like to know how much is in my account. Can you pay that in for me? Very, very big one. What's your rates like? This one I do like, although not necessarily involved in the financial institutions. Put a government in that can run this country for whatever reason.
That's a bit of crossover material.
I want to see someone who is in charge. Common questions that are asked of priests. From Peter Brock. Yes, that's right. The parish priest from St Francis Xavier's Parish, Belmont, NSW. 3 questions. Can we have our baby done at your church?
Lightly fricasseed, perhaps, or in a white wine sauce.
In brackets, that's where we got the others done. Question 2, how much do you charge for a service? And the doozy...
That's not a bad one.
It's not bad. And the doozy of them all is, what time's midnight mass?
Hello, Tony.
Yes, who's this?
It's Dick.
Hello, Pick. How are you this evening?
I'm good, Tony. Now, that film you were talking about.
Yeah,
African film.
Yes, that's the one.
When did you say it was on?
It was on this morning.
And what station was it?
It was on the Square Root of 49 network at about 12:30.
It wasn't Kill or Be Killed, was it?
I think it may have been that one, Pick.
Did you see me?
No.
I was in that film, Tony.
Don't tell me you were the commander of the crack group of karate people on the side of...
I was a technical advisor.
All right, I see.
And I got my head on just as one of the extras. In fact, you probably saw me get my head kicked off.
It certainly was a violent movie.
Oh, yes.
Can you just explain the rationale?
I've got no idea, Tony.
No, I mean
No idea. I was in the film. I've seen it 3 times. I don't know what the plot was.
No, neither do I.
It was a mystery, I think, Tony. Mystery why they ever made it.
Well, exactly. I'd just like to know what's the crossover between South Africa and the martial arts of the Orient.
Tony?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it was a wonderful...
Oh, it was a marvellous film. It was great to be associated with it.
It was extremely violent,
Oh,
though.
yes, it was just like being at work.
Oh, terrific, Pick.
Who was that doing that South African accent earlier?
Simon, I think.
He's terrible. He's got no idea.
All right. Look, just before you go, Pick, if you're still there, I haven't seen too many South African movies before.
Oh, we make a lot of movies.
Right.
Oh, yes. But we mostly use amateurs.
Right.
We don't have a lot of professional movies.
Right.
In fact, most of our movies are rather like candid camera.
Yes, really.
Although they're not necessarily filming people doing funny things.
No, they aren't.
Tend to be filming more the subversives.
Yes, all right, okay.
In a candid camera type of situation.
Yes, all right, Pick. Thanks very much for your call. Kill or Be Killed. If you ever see it again, it's hysterical movie.
You weren't the only person who saw it.
No, wonderful.
We'll go to the next caller. Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello there.
Hello, Tony.
Yes.
Yes, Tony, it's Helen.
Hello, Helen. We haven't heard from you for months.
I was going to say, how long's it been, Tony?
I think about 2 months or so.
At least.
Yes.
Tony?
Why have you rung?
Well, you know how I live in Hillsville in Victoria?
Yes.
What's the situation?
Yes.
With shop trading hours around the rest of Australia?
Oh, boy. Now, that's a very good question. I know in, I suppose, touristy-type areas, let's just say the Gold Coast, I don't think there are any restrictions up there. Definitely Perth and Adelaide, I don't believe there's too much Sunday trading there. I'm not 100% certain. It's pretty much, I think, a Victorian thing only on that scale, Helen. Why do you ask?
Well, Tony, the reason I ask is that I was sitting quietly by the potbelly this afternoon.
Yes.
Watching the Swans v Adelaide.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, a couple of friends popped in and they said, "Did you know the shops are open?"
Yeah.
And I said to them, "Well, they're always open." And they said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Look, I've been buying wax candles, tie-dye, macrame, pottery coffee mugs for years up here at Hill."
No. All those items you buy, those sort of pottery type items, I'm sure they're available. I think they're talking more the big, firms, the big conglomerates.
Tony, you can buy up here on a Sunday coffee tables made out of a lot of nails punched in symmetrical patterns with cotton between each nail.
Yes.
You know the ones, Tony?
Alan,
I mean, you could buy those for years up here at Hill.
Yes, I know, but that's more handicrafts than actual, things that, well, I don't want to say that they're lacking in substance, but I'm talking about more general day-to-day things that people who aren't in that sort of environment would like. For instance, clothing.
Tony?
Yeah.
You know what I could have bought up here on a Sunday for the last 10 years?
What's that, Helen?
A leather-bound, stamped leather casing for my phone book saying Helen's phone book.
Yes.
You know the type, Tony?
Yes, I know the type, Helen, but I don't think we're talking about shopping on that particular basis. Those sorts of... They're not novelty items.
Tony?
Yes, Helen.
I could have also bought one for my street directory.
Yes, we'll call it Helen's Street Directory.
Oh, look, can I just give a tip for my listeners?
Yeah, but Helen,
your listeners.
Helen,
Yes?
before you go.
Yes, Tony?
The sort of items that people are trying to get at are like grocery items, all right? From like the big shops. You know the sort of big shops in the big cities.
Yes, we have a market that sells aloe vera and sprouts, bean shoots, Tony.
Yes, Helen. What's your tip then?
Put dynamic lifter on the garden now, listeners. Right round Australia.
Dynamic lifter?
Put it on.
Mm.
And that's not your strongest man down at the local gym.
Right.
Just get the dynamic lifter.
Yeah.
Spread it round.
Yeah.
That's about it, Turd.
Oh, okay.
Tony?
Yes, Helen?
You know that ad with the dolphin going across the front for the...
Yes, I know the one, yes.
The one that you wash your garments in?
Yes.
I bought some for your Speedos.
Oh, thanks very much.
See you around here tonight.
You'll nothing of the sort.
See you around here tonight.
No, you will not.
Come on, Tony.
No. Jeff, next call, please.
All right, Tony. We'll move on.
I'm trying to explain, there are those items that you can buy in the hills that are unique to hills.
We know what you were getting at, Tony. I understand. We'll go to the next caller. Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello there. Hello.
Hello, Tony.
Yes, who's this?
Alistair.
Hello, Alistair.
Hello, I've had a wonderful day today.
Good.
Wife and I have been sitting around watching old Chris Tavare videos.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love... Now, there's a man who can bat, Tony.
Yes, that he can for long periods at the crease without doing a great deal.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shows responsibility and discipline.
Yes, wonderful.
But that's all been spoilt now.
Why is that, Alistair?
Oh, shocking news, Tony.
What?
Oh, Craig McDermott, Tony.
Oh, yeah, for Yorkshire.
Oh, as you lads would say, that's T-O-W.
T-O-W?
Thin end of wedge, Tony.
Well, I don't know that it's that bad. I think that a lot of people right throughout the cricketing world will be glad to see that a rather archaic, archaic institution has been totally shattered.
Don't you archaic Yorkshire. If Yorkshire are going to sign international, should sign Brian Luckhurst or John Edrich.
Yeah, I think Brian Luckhurst and John Edrich...
Luckhurst
and John Edrich are just a wee bit past it.
One of my favourite players, Mike Brealey. Now, there's a man who could hold up end.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, Mike Brealey's probably 47 or 40.
Doesn't matter. Still got discipline there, Tony.
Well, I just don't know this.
And anyway, Craig McDermott, when he comes into bat, I've seen him hit a 6 and 2/4 before getting iron. Well, that's criminal. No good for Yorkshire.
Oh, look, all right, Alice. Look, I know that there's a lot of people over that part of the world, Jeff, who are just totally, I know, disappointed with the decision.
Tell you one more thing, though.
What's that, Alistair?
Oh, I'm going back to watch my favourite videos, Tony.
Oh, good. Well,
I've got my favourite cricketers. You know who they are?
Who's that?
I've got video of Danny Buckingham.
Yeah.
Bowling to Craig Shippard. And wicketkeeper?
Richard Sewell.
Exactly, that's what we need at Yorkshire.
Yes, well, obviously those three wonderful Tasmanian cricketers will be available for selection to Yorkshire, I'd imagine, Jeff.
But that's an interesting story, Craig McDermott being signed by Yorkshire.
Terrific story.
Yeah, could be a turning point in his career. I don't
know that he needs it too much. He's just about the best of the bowlers at the minute, but certainly a feather in his cap.
Yeah. And, as we've just noticed, not all Yorkshire people will be happy about it, but we'll move on. Yeah, next caller.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello, Tony.
Yes, who's this?
Tony, it is Stan here, Tony.
Hello, Stan. How are you this evening?
I'm very well, Tony.
Yes, where are you calling from this evening?
I'm calling from Stradbroke Island, Tony.
How are things up there?
It's very good, Tony. I went to Melbourne yesterday to watch some AFL football.
Yes.
With a friend of mine called Wally.
Yes.
And I saw that, and then I flew back last night in time to see the Brisbane Bears play Carlton today.
Did you have a nice time?
Had a wonderful time at the football today, Tony.
Yes.
But in all this running around watching football, Tony...
Who was best for the Bears today?
Roger Merritt, Tony.
I see.
He kicked 5 goals, Tony.
Yes, all right.
He marked them down in the record.
Who kicked 3?
Brad Hardy.
Yes. All right.
Cameron O'Brien.
All right, Stan. Okay, you've obviously been to the football. And no doubt Stradbroke Island is a sea of maroon and gold tonight.
It is, Tony. But while I've been doing all this running around, watching football and catching airplanes, I've had trouble keeping up with the British Open.
Right.
Ian Baker Fitch, Tony.
Yes.
4 under the card?
That's correct.
He scored 64.
That's correct.
Last night?
Yes.
I didn't see it. Can you just tell me how many birdies and how many bogeys he had and how many pars?
14 pars. Sorry. 6 under. Let's just work this out.
You're about to start guessing, Tony.
Well, does it really... I know he had an eagle on the 17th and a birdie on the 18th. Where's 3 of them? And he had...
17.
Yeah.
Eagle. Yeah. Yes, and 18 birdie.
Yeah. Right, well,
there's only 2 of them, Tony.
That's 3 of them, Stan.
There's 3 of the strokes, but there's only 2 of the scores.
Yes.
2 of the whole result.
Yes, well, I don't know. I didn't watch it that closely. The BBC doesn't give that information out, Stan, too often.
Right, Tony.
You have to be up very late at night.
You know, Tony?
Yes, Stan.
On the tour in America just before he went to England, Ian Baker Finch played 108 holes of golf without scoring a bogey.
Really, Stan?
Is that a record?
Oh, gee whiz. I didn't even know that statistic as it turned out.
Isn't it wonderful to think that people can do that, Tony?
Yes, it is. It's wonderful that people take such an interest in it. The game of golf, Stan, is that one of your favourites?
Yes, Tony, it is. There's just a couple of other things I want to check, because as I say, I've been very busy running around.
Yes, Stan.
You haven't got any details. Chile 2 and Colombia 1 before the championship final round.
Right. Well, surely... Who do you barrack for over there?
Brazil, Tony.
Who's some of your favourite players down there, Stan?
I don't know a whole lot of the players, Tony, but I'm a very big... I know that Sergio Mendes is the number 1 ticket holder at Brazil.
Stan...
Has been since 1966.
Yes. And it was reaffirmed in 1977?
That's right, Tony. They got him back after 11 years.
And then again, I think sometime during the 80s?
1988, Tony.
Yes, Stan.
Isn't that wonderful?
There's a certain symmetry to that, isn't there?
There's a number of things. Well, Tony, you know something else?
What's that, Stan?
Last Saturday, Tony.
What happened last Saturday?
What was the date, Tony?
Last Saturday? I haven't got my watch on. Well, today's date is the 20th, is it not?
The 21st today, Tony.
21st, well, 17th. The 13th of the 7th, 91.
Just write that down, Tony.
13/7/91.
What do you get if you multiply 13 by 7, Tony?
Oh, Stan. 91.
Isn't that a wonderful day, Tony? I was very disappointed you didn't mention that last Sunday night.
Oh, Stan.
Now, Tony?
Yes, Stan.
Just a couple of things I have to check up on. If you can find out about that South American Championship final in the soccer, I'd be very happy.
Right.
Now, Tony? Just 2 other things I want to check on.
What's that, Stan?
The Austrian Women's Tennis Open.
Oh, yes.
They were playing quarterfinals yesterday, Tony.
Yes, Stan.
Any results?
No, I couldn't tell you who the 4 were.
No, I was just wondering how Martinez got on against Sleglarova.
Against who, Stan?
The Czechoslovakian.
Yes, Slavikliova.
Yes.
Right, well, I don't have that at my immediate disposal, Stan.
Just one other thing, Tony.
Oh, yes, Stan, what is it?
Do you know what they're doing on the Gold Coast at the moment, Tony?
Do I know? Well, it's 8:30 on the Gold Coast at the moment, Stan.
Sporting-wise, Tony?
Couldn't tell you, Stan.
Tony, it's the Gold Coast Winter Bowls Carnival.
Right.
And yesterday, round 8 of the Fours Championship,
yeah,
there was an unfinished match between Jay Conway and Arparella.
Right.
They finished it and Jay Conway won.
Right.
18-15.
Yes.
What's happened to Rob Parella, Tony?
Well, I think he's been locked in a dispute with the hierarchy up there at the Bowls.
I'm going to go and watch the rest of that Gold Coast Championship tomorrow, Tony.
Oh, terrific, Stan. Look,
maybe I can meet someone down there that knows some of the Austrian women's tennis results.
Yes, that may be the case. And also that Brazilian result. But if we know it's Stan, we certainly be only too happy to pass it on.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate your help on all that.
Oh, thank you, Stan, for the call.
Not that it was much help at all.
No, well, there you go, Stan, eh?
Yes, thank you, Tony.
All right, thank you very much there, Stan. Oh, dear, and thanks to all...
Yeah, please, you're talking to Tony on Coodabeen's Talkback.
Hello there. Good afternoon. Hello, I can hear someone down the line. No, I can't.
Try again.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. You're talking to Tony.
Hello,
Tony.
Yes, who's this?
It's Helen.
Hello, Helen.
Hello, Tony.
You sound like you're in a shower at the moment.
I'm in a phone box, Tony.
Oh, whereabouts?
I'm somewhere just in Hillsville, Tony. I've come down to the local shops.
Right.
I've just called up to talk about the weather.
Oh, you go on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, it is a football program, but go on, Helen. What do you want to talk about?
Football played on Saturdays, Tony, when I was a Callow youth and a child.
Yes.
It was always inclement weather like this with howling winds, wind chill factors. And I was just down the road talking to my friend, and she agreed with me. What's happened to the weather, Tony?
Well, I really don't know that much about it, except to say that other than about July, every football season for the last 5 seasons, it's been pretty dry, I reckon.
That's right. And Tony, what was that game with all the fog?
That was about 1971. Junction Oval, I seem to remember Fitzroy and Carlton playing.
Is it true, Tony, that the only person you could see on that day was Sid Jackson?
No, I don't think so. In fact, I think you couldn't see about 10 metres in front of you.
It was dictated. See, I was talking to my friend down the road, Tony. She has 2 children, and they've been running around with their barometers dropping.
Yeah.
And she remembers that there was a grand final recently played when it was 30 degrees, Tony.
That's right, 1987. That was a very, very hot day, Helen.
So is there a trend, do you think, or are we getting back to the cooler climes, Tony?
Well, this afternoon, Hel, is... it's a beautiful winter's afternoon for football, and no doubt you'll be going to a game.
Well, Tony, no, I've got the pot belly lit. I came down to buy some homemade bread rolls.
All right.
I'm going to make some macrame this afternoon, and I'm also doing some baking.
Right, lovely.
And I'm spinning some wool. I'm making a shawl, a hand-spun, hand-knitted shawl in club colours, Tony.
Well, which club is that, Helen?
Brisbane Bears.
Oh, I'm lovely. Well,
Tony?
Yes.
Will I see you tonight?
No, you've never met me before, woman. Anyway, Jeff, isn't that nice to know that a Brisbane Bears shot and news that the Bears' new jumper, I am told, is fantastic. They change of colours.
Is that what that caller was talking about?
I think so. It's going to